Duluth, it's time to get loud and say it with me. This is Monster Jam.
The first competition of today is JCB Racing. All 8 trucks have been seated into a racing bracket based on a random draw. All 8 of our competitors will race against the clock for the fastest time and potentially the first 8 points of this afternoon and towards a BKT overall event championship. Now Duluth, are you ready for JCB Racing?
Lindsay, some of our Monster Jam fans may have noticed the JCB Dirt Squad heading out on the track to hook up Gravedigger, Matt Cody's truck. Already we've got Monster Jam action to report on, so talk to the fans about exactly what's going on with Gravedigger.
Thanks so much, Keaton. Yes, I'm going to make my way down there as soon as I can, but what's happening is Matt Cody is experiencing some transmission issues. So back in those Monster Jam trucks, we have a 2-speed power glide transmission, and it's essentially for ease of changing gears during competition. So typically, we see that transmission needing to be used the most throughout, of course, all competitions, but especially our skills competition. It is possible to race with a bad transmission if you are only slipping on one gear. However, it does seem like Matt Cody is having more issues than typical when it comes to that switching. I don't know the full story yet, but as soon as I get downstairs, I will let you guys know for sure. Regardless, the fact that they're taking him off this track right now means that it will not go into gear, which makes me a little bit nervous on if he will make racing heat. And I know we've got a lot of Gravedigger fans in the stands right now, and I know that our hardworking technicians are working so hard. They're already prepping to be sure that they can check out that transmission.
Lindsay, thank you so much for that information. And we know we're going to bump Gravedigger to the last in the lineup of JCB Racing. And essentially, he's up against the clock of the other competitors. So we'll keep all of you Duluth fans updated on exactly what's going on with Team Gravedigger. And I hope we'll see him out for JCB Racing. First up, pull to the line, make some noise for Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Kicking off the competition just yesterday, Chelsea Van Cleve did finish in the racing competition with 11.233, looking to beat our personal best, but also looking to beat the rest of the competition. She's first to go here, kicking off the race. Let's go green! The time for Chelsea Van Cleve is 11.267. That is the current time to beat. Next up, let's see those Toro horns in the air for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. Just last night, El Toro Loco, MJ Celorio finished with a racing pass of a 10.536. Today, he'll have to beat out Chelsea Van Cleve with that racing pass of 11.2. Can he do it? Let's go green! The time for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is a 10.492. We have a new leader. Monster Jam fans checking on the Super Glue glued to the action replay. You see that left BKT tire of El Toro Loco happened to bump that Monster Jam turn cone, but didn't bump it out of its flowered parameter. As long as that cone stays within that parameter, there is no penalty added, which means El Toro Loco takes the lead. Take a look at that leaderboard, the JCB Racing competition. You can see El Toro Loco taking that first place spot with a time of 10.4. Now, any driver that wants to take that top spot and the first 8 points that are at stake here is going to need a faster time than that. And I encourage all of you fans, keep your eyes on those tires as they launch across the finish line, because the driver that remains low to that pod is going to be the driver that comes out on top. We're hoping for a fast racing time for each one of our superstars, but only one will be able to claim the first 8 points. Next competitor's pulled to the line. He's ready to go. Make some noise for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. The time for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is a 10.155. Duluth, we have a new leader. Monster Jam fans, the next competitor is pulled to the line, ready to go. Make some noise for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron. The time for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron is a 10.035. Duluth, we have a new leader. Competitor is pulled to the line. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Uproar. The time for John Zimmer in Uproar is a 10.607. Monster Jam fans, I am getting some breaking news from the back from our hot pits here at Monster Jam. It does not look like Matt Cody's Gravedigger will be able to make it out for the JCB Racing competition. What this means is that potentially in that diagnostic period, it's got a bigger gremlin to tackle than they think. But they're going to change that transmission, and our incredible UNOH technicians can do that in 20 minutes, which is absolutely incredible. But unfortunately, not enough time for him to make it back out for the JCB Racing competition. This means that Gravedigger really will need to deliver in the next competitions. But we still have a JCB Racing winner to crown. So let's get back to the racing action. Pulled to the line. Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur, a part of that three-way tie yesterday in Freestyle, determined to come out on top this time around. Let's go green. The tie for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur is a 9.482. Monster Jam fans, the fastest time of the entire weekend. Make some noise. Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. Monster Jam fans, take a look at that leaderboard, the fastest time of the weekend. And of course, this competition, Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur lands himself that first place spot with a fast race pass of 9.482. In second place right now, Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron sits with that lap time of a 10.035. And Kraken in third place, Nick Pagliarulo with a time of 10.155. These times coming in second and third will matter as these drivers accumulate points throughout today's event. That winner gets 8 points, but we trickle down with the rest of the competition. Last but not least, Duluth, put your hands together for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. One driver stands in his way as John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is known to have one of the best racing records on the series. Only one winner. Let's go green. Monster Jam fans, trouble with our Monster Jam timer, so our officials do have that backup timer. I am getting word in my ear. The time for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.940. That time of a 9.940, though fast, it wasn't fast enough. That means your winner of the JCB Racing competition is Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. We're talking about 1/100th of points right now, but it's Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur who proves he's got the fastest truck out on the track. He snags the first 8 points of the event and proves to the rest of the competition he's got a target on his back. Duluth, for the first time here this weekend, make some noise for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur.
Mike, congratulations. You just earned the first 8 points here in Duluth for this afternoon. You can hear that these fans are going crazy. They're already so loud. They're bringing so much energy. But that was a race against yourself here in Timed Racing. What did you do to be able to get that?
I don't know. I think the hood is off of it. I can see more. I can go faster. We just kept getting faster and faster with the events. So I think we just threw down a 9, which is the fastest of the weekend. So I got a huge target on my back, and we've just been battling with the rest of these competitors all week. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. This event's going to be good.
You're exactly right, because yesterday, of course, you finished second in racing, and that was an insanely fast pass, and we thought you were going to do it. Someone ended up coming out and, of course, stealing that from you. So I was mentioning earlier, revenge was in the cards for you today. Did you know how fast you were going during that race?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I knew I needed to go a little bit wider on the last turn and kind of just like pitch it in and come tight in. So as soon as I nailed that last turn, I knew I had it in the bag because 9, no matter what, is super fast. And all these guys are so professional at this job. So just to be in the leaderboard and number 1, it's amazing.
Well, one thing we know is the momentum from JCB Racing often moves to potentially an overall event championship. Macho Jam fans, make some noise for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur.
First 8 points go to Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur. And how cool is that? The first 8 points awarded to him. Check out how this lays out. BKT overall event leaderboard puts him in that first place spot. But you can see John Zimmer Jr. in second right now with a total of 7 points. And Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron holds out that third place spot with a total of 6 points. Now, as the drivers trickle down the list here, you can see exactly how the points also go down, and that is in the standings that was the JCB Racing competition. So exactly where they landed puts them on this leaderboard in the positions that they are in. So we've got that coming up here in just a few minutes, and you've also got the opportunity to score our Monster Jam Superstars in the next competition, which is the two-wheel skills competition. That coming to you now with more Monster Jam action headed your way. Challenge. In this competition, all of our competitors will have 2 attempts to pull off their most impressive maneuvers, and it'll be up to you to score our drivers at judgeszone.com. Now keep in mind, we want to see some really cool moves for these maneuvers, but as soon as you hear and see those ribbon boards turned red, that's your cue to head to judgeszone.com. Lindsay, we're handing it over to our Monster Jam fans. I want to know, do you think Duluth's ready to become the official Monster Jam judges?
I certainly do, Keaton. This crowd is electric, especially for a Sunday. Monster Jam fans, are you out there? Let me hear you. I love it. You guys may be the loudest crowd we have had so far, but it's time to get into the action. Make sure you guys have your cell phones out because this is your first opportunity to score our Monster Jam Superstars. You're going to be doing so at judgeszone.com. You can see when these ribbon boards go red, that will mean that you have 20 seconds to get those scores locked in. Now, you can do the shortcut. You can scan that QR code, and you do not have to type in a code at all. But if you go to judgeszone.com, you see that code pop up, and you put in DGA. That is short for Duluth, Georgia. Then you'll swipe up or down on the BKT tire to whatever number that you want to give to that competitor in that competition. Then, of course, make sure that you scroll down and click submit. So what do you think, Duluth? Are you ready for two-wheel skills?
Up first, they call him the Calamari Kid. It's Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken.
Some noise for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Go ahead and score now at judgeszone.com. Like I said, this is your first opportunity to do so. You can take a look at those ribbon boards. Judgeszone.com. That code is DGA. Swipe up or down on the BKT tire and click submit.
Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, kicking off our competition in a perfect way. We see 2 successful attempts here in that move from Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. So you all got the chance to score. We've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is It's a 6.470. That is your score to beat. Next up, it's time to get loud for Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise! And it is now time to score at judgeszone.com. Go ahead and get those scores locked in. You have less than 20 seconds. There's not a second to waste.
Okay, Duluth, check her out. Chelsea Van Cleve came to play right here in the two-wheel skills competition. She is giving those competitors a run for her money, showing off her chops, and I can't wait to show off your scores. We got them locked in. The score for Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit is a 7.442. Duluth, you got yourselves a new leader. Next to hit the track, let's hear it for John Zimmer in Uproar.
Make some noise for John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. And it's now time to score here in the two-wheel skills competition for Uproar. Swipe up or down on the BKT tire.
John Zimmer in Uproar. I love into that first movement. It gets so much air, just proving how much control he's got over that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. 1,500 horsepower right there on two BKT tires. He proves exactly why he's a veteran of this sport. Looking for that high two-wheel score. John Zimmer competing up against the rest of the competition. Looking to take that win and the next 8 points on the line. But we've got your scores locked in. That current score to beat right now held by Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She's got a score of a 7.442. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is... That's a new leader, Duluth, at 8.164. Next to the track, get those Toro horns ready. It's MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. Duluth, he's still got one attempt remaining.
Make some noise for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. Go ahead and score now for the Crazy Bull, giving you guys an amazing combo move out there. Let us know what you think.
Duluth, MJ Solorio up on one BKT tire at one point there during his run. The Gas South Arena is electric. We're going to see if those scores match that energy. We've got the scores locked in. Currently, that score to beat right now is held by John Zimmer in Uproar. It's a score of an 8.164. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is... Duluth at 8.952. We got a new leader. MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco snags that first place spot with the highest score here in the Two Wheel Skills Challenge, an 8.952. Lands him in that first place spot as John Zimmer in Uproar slides into second, an 8.1. Bailey Circuit Chelsea Van Cleve currently holding out the third place spot as Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken holds out fourth. He's got a score of 6.470, but with 4 more trucks to go, the leaderboard could be shaken up. He's your JCB Racing winner. Let's hear it for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur.
for Mike Caliber. And scoring is now open. You guys have less than 1 locked in. That code DGA. Swipe up on that BKT tire if you like what you saw out of Excalibur.
Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur, definitely looking to ride that wave of momentum coming out of the JCB Racing win, but he knows that that is a tough job. You see the track already changing out during the competition, but we see some successful maneuvers from him, so let's see exactly what you all thought. We got the score locked in. The score for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur is... it's a 6.932, which right now is good enough for 4th place. He took the win in this competition yesterday. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Duluth, he's still got 1 attempt remaining.
Let's hear it for Brandon Arthur in Terminal Velocity.
Scoring is open. You see those ribbon boards turn red. Check out these combos from John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Now, that first combo, you may have had to have some popcorn or some candy during because he is pulling off a combination move, maintaining contact with 2 BKT tires. Absolutely, let him hear you. Then for the second maneuver, pulls off a bicycle. So we can't wait to see. Let's unveil the scores you all have locked in. We've got them officially set. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is... Duluth at 9.085. You have a new leader. Next to hit the track, make some noise for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron.
Make some noise for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron. And scoring is now open. Go ahead and let us know what you thought by swiping up or down on the BKT tire.
Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron going for a combo there in that second attempt. You see him pull off 2 impressive maneuvers here, though, so that needs to be taken into consideration with your scores at judgezone.com. Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron looking to take the win in this competition and snag those 8 points. He pulled off 2 maneuvers, but you all get to decide if it was impressive enough to take that lead. In just a few seconds, we'll have your official scores locked in. And I just got word, we've got those scores set. Let's check it out. That score to beat right now is held by John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. It's a score of a 9.085. The score for Brandon Arthur in JCB Digatron is a solid score. It's a 7.272. Right now, that's good enough for 5th place. 7 trucks have gone in the competition, and I am right here with you Monster Jam fans getting information live. I do want to check in with our pit reporter, Lindsay Noble, because last I heard, Lindsay, I know they were still kind of elbows deep in working in these trucks, thrashing, trying to get this transmission changed for Gravedigger. How is it looking for Team Gravedigger?
Thank you, Keaton. No, you are exactly right. Our technicians working very hard back here to get those finishing touches on Gravedigger. I was able to take a video. We can send it up to the video board. What you're watching is them finishing up on that transmission. We have a 2-speed power glide transmission that driver Matt Cody noticed yesterday was a little bit delayed when it came to reverse. Then here today in intros, it was slipping in 1st and 2nd gear. After intros, he knew that it was just not going to be able to get that gear and be able to come out for racing. But we do know that he's looking forward to coming out for 2-wheel. That transmission did give out completely initially, but a transmission swap with our UNOH technicians and crew chiefs can be done in just 20 minutes. So our crew got him good to go. When you think about it, Keaton, when you take your car to an auto shop, you could be in the shop for an entire week to be able to get a transmission change. But back here, our UNOH technicians just finished out Gravedigger in under 20 minutes. And you know what that means, right?
That means in the nick of time, our UNOH technicians have done it again. Duluth, he's ready to compete. Make some noise for Matt Cody in Gravedigger. Monster Jam fans, we love to keep the chaos rolling, but we need your help right now. Those red safety holes are off limits.
Put your hands together for Matt in Gravedigger. And go ahead and score now at judgeszone.com. That code DGA. This is your last opportunity to score here in the two-wheel skills challenge.
A cinematic return for Team Gravedigger and Matt Cody as he looks to take out John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity and take the next 8 points on the line here in the competition. You know, sometimes those cinematic returns can be enough, and he pulled off 2 successful maneuvers on top of that. So Duluth, we're going to have to check it out, exactly what you thought that run deserved. We got the current score to beat, held by John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's got a score of a 9.085. The score for Matt Cody in Gravedigger is... it's an 8.398, which means your winner of the two-wheel skills challenge for the second time here this weekend, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity snags those next 8 points and also two-wheel skills win number 38 of this year. You crowned him as your champion. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. terminal velocity.
38 wins, and every single one of them backed by that technical ability. But you make it look so easy out here. Did you have that planned, or did you just plan it as you were out there feeling it out?
I definitely have all those tricks. They're in the back of my mind for when the situation arises inside the truck. A lot of the stuff inside of the truck is unpredictable, but predictable at the same time. So you just got to be ready for it, and it worked out for me here.
And we love to hear that. You know, as a driver, I can only imagine when it works out better than you've even expected that it's such a win for you. Quite literally here, you add 8 points towards potentially going home with that trophy. How do you bring that momentum back for Freestyle?
We just keep rocking that momentum. We got second place in racing. We got first here just now. Man, I'm sitting good. Mikey and I and Excalibur over there, we're battling to the end in Freestyle. But that's why Freestyle is the last competition here at Monster Jam. We got 60 seconds to come out here and attack this track. And I promise you guys this, it's going to get wild. It's going to get crazy. Trucks are going to crash. Crazy things are going to happen. But we're just getting started. Are you guys having fun so far?
Monster Jam fans, make some noise one more time for your skills winner, John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
Check out the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. It's these crazy moves John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity pulls off so well that landed him on the top spot. And, of course, as the two-wheel skills winner, absolute viral moments happening right here in the Gas South Arena, and so much has already gone underway, and it's only the first half of our Monster Jam event. That means it's time for Monster Jam halftime. We want you all to use this time. Get up, stretch your legs, check out maybe some snacks or some drinks out in the concourse. But of course, make sure you stop by our official Monster Jam merchandise stand, where only here can you get our official Monster Jam merchandise and take a piece of Monster Jam home with you. But after halftime, you're going to want to make your way back to your seats, because not only will Lindsay Noble be bringing us the Northern Tool Equipment Pit Report, but we get to see the superstars of freestyle motocross hit the skies and compete in the best trick competition. All of that and more Monster Jam action headed your way after halftime. Duluth, it's time for Freestyle Motocross. We've got the superstars ready to go, so make some noise for Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, Cameron Sepulveda, and Josh Hetford.
Duluth, Georgia, are you guys having a good time? We love to hear it. Well, guess what? It is only going to get better right now. Our freestyle motocross riders are about to hit the track here. They're going to hit the ramp for the very first time. Make some noise. Actually, they're just going to warm up a little bit more, make sure that the ramp is all good to go. But let me tell you, you guys are in for a special treat here today. These are 4 of our very best freestyle motocross riders. These guys have traveled all over the nation doing what they love to do. Make some noise for our first competitor, Nick Desmond. Let's hear it for TJ Tiffany. Put your hands together for Cameron Sepulveda. And last but certainly not least, Josh Hedford. Now don't forget, you guys can take pictures and videos and tag us at a Monster Jam across all of your social media platforms. You can use the hashtag Monster Jam to keep up with us. These guys are already showing off for you. Here we go. A Superman there. Seat grab. Here we go. A rock solid. Now fans, like I said, if you got pictures, don't forget to tag us. And don't forget, the louder you get, the sicker the trick. That is one of my very favorites. That's what we like to call a cliffhanger. Hanging on to that freestyle motocross bike with just your toes. A lazy boy. And of course, we love some backflip action. Now, I know I already told you this, but believe me, I'm telling you the truth. It only gets better here at Monster Jam. Up next is our best trick competition. You can see our 4 riders are lined up right now, and they're about to have one attempt and one attempt only to show you their very best trick. They are going to go from one side of the arena all the way to the other side. After they've landed, the ribbon boards will go red, and that means you have 20 seconds to get scoring at judgeszone.com. There is not a second to waste, so make sure that you're ready with that code DGA. That is short for Duluth, Georgia, and swipe up or down on the BKT tire. Now, Duluth, it is Sunday Fun Day. We've got to bring the energy, so get loud if you're ready for the best trick competition.
Up first, time to make some noise for your very first rider, Nick Desmond. Nick Desmond's from Norfolk, Massachusetts. He's been riding with Monster Jam for 4 years. He's been riding for a total of 19 years, and today he's bringing you his best trick on his Yamaha YZ250.
Nick Desmond starting us off with a rock solid, a very difficult trick right here out the gate. Take a look at that replay as you guys are scoring at judgeszone.com. You've got about 10 seconds left to get those scores locked in for Nick Desmond.
You know, I always say that rider who goes first has that tough job of setting the bar for the rest of the competition. But here in the Gas South Arena, Duluth, you've got the tough job too. We need you as the official judges in at judgeszone.com. But we've got the scores officially locked. Let's check it out. The score for Nick Desmond is... That's a solid score, an 8.275. That is the score to beat. Up next, make some noise for TJ Tiffany. TJ Tiffany's from Orlando, Florida. He's an international stunt rider, and he's been a part of the highest grossing movies in America, such as Bad Boys for Life and Avengers Endgame, and you might even catch him on this season of Outer Banks. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his Kawasaki KX450.
TJ Tiffany giving you guys a backflip, one hand, and a wheelie there in addition to it. Make sure you guys get those scores locked in right now at judgeszone.com for TJ Tiffany.
You know, Lindsay, TJ Tiffany's been in the game long enough to know that our Monster Jam fans love to see it flip. Had to add his own little flair there in the competition. Definitely looking to knock Nick Desmond out of the running and take that top spot. But we've got the scores locked in. That current score to beat held by Nick Desmond is an 8.275. The score for TJ Tiffany is an 8.535. We have a new leader. But our next rider is looking to change all that. Duluth, make some noise for Cameron Sepulveda. Cameron Sepulveda is from Daytona, Florida, and he's bringing his talent to Monster Jam for the very first year, 2025. He's been riding freestyle motocross for 2.5 years, and he's a 3-time best trick winner. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his Yamaha YZ820.
Give it up for Cam Sepulveda. And go ahead and score now. You can scan to score right there. See that replay of a super flip. And of course, swipe up or down on the BKT tire to click submit.
A masterclass in control by Cameron Sepulveda here in the best trick competition. And of course, that clock is ticking at judgeszone.com for you to get your scores officially locked. And we've got them locked in. Let's check it out. The score to beat right now is held by TJ Tiffany. It's a score of an 8.535. The score for Cameron Sepulveda is... that's a 9.436. Duluth, we got a new leader. Last but not least, one final rider to go. Make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford's from Asheville, North Carolina. He's competed in Nitro Circus and jumps in Europe. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 4 years, and today he rides his Kawasaki 450.
Make some noise for Josh Hedford. Full extension there off those handlebars for a beautiful KOD. But was that the best trick that you have seen so far? That is up to you at judgeszone.com. You can scan to score, or of course, at judgeszone.com, type in that code DGA.
We've got the score to beat. A rivalry between Cameron Sepulveda and Josh Hedford continues right now. Cameron Sepulveda with that score to beat of a 9.436. The score for Josh Hedford is a 9.219. Duluth, that means your winner of the best trick competition, Cameron Sepulveda.
But Monster Jam fans, we will get to catch up with Cameron in just a little bit. Right now, do you guys want to see some more? Well, good, because we have more in store. Right now, our motocross riders are going to hit the track once again, warm those bikes back up, and they have something special in store for you here today. It's a little bit crazy, but hey, this is Monster Jam, and they are trained professionals. They'll warm these bikes back up and go ahead and get lined up. Now make sure you guys have your cell phones out for this. Be on the edge of your seat. You will not want to blink. Our riders on the track are about to go back, to back, to back, to back. Make some noise, Duluth. Here we go. And here at Monster Jam, we call that a Monster Jam train. You saw a little bit of communication between our riders ahead of time. They decided they would do it one step further. They gave you guys a whip train here today. That only means that it's going to continue to get better here. We're going to do it one more time, but if you want to see them go higher than before, let me hear you say, choo-choo! An absolutely stunning trick train there. You can see each rider developing a new trick off of the ramp as they did that trick train. I don't know, though. I kind of want to see it one more time. If you want to see it one more time, let me hear you chant, one more time! One more time! Keep going, Duluth! All right, we give the people what they asked for. Make some noise for Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, Cameron Sepulveda, and Josh Hedford, your freestyle motocross riders. And initially we had Josh Hedford sweeping the weekend in the best trick competition. But the streak is no more thanks to Cameron Sepulveda, who grabs his first best trick win of the weekend. And we will get to catch up with him in just a moment. Monster Jam fans, show him some love. Monster Jam fans, to be able to do this kind of skill, it takes so much effort behind the scenes, but you guys make it look so easy. Talk to us about the technique that it takes to be able to pull off a trick like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of practice at home. Me and the guys, we all ride as much as we can during the week. Train, run, get our endurance up, and it's a lot of core strength. I know it kind of looks like we're just pushing the throttle, but it's a lot of core strength, and it's a full body workout, so yeah, we just try to be as fit as we can and athletes during the week so that we can put on a good show for you guys on the weekends.
Well, of course, congratulations on your first win here this weekend. What was it that made you go with that trick? Did you know that you had it in the bag?
Yeah, yesterday Josh beat me with his trick when I did that one, and it was a pretty close one, so I thought I'd try it again and see how it turned out today, and it worked out in my favor this time.
It was a beautiful trick, and these fans were going crazy for you. I know that you can hear them inside of this helmet. For any fan that wants to sit exactly where they are or where you are, and they want to say that they are a professional motocross rider, what's your best advice?
Best advice is just trust your heart, go with your gut, and don't ever let someone tell you can't do anything, because if you put your heart in it and it's your dream, then you for sure can make it come true. And yeah, just wear the best safety gear you can, a good helmet, a good pair of boots, and just have fun. It's all about having fun with your friends.
Congratulations again, Monster Jam fans. Make some noise for your best trick winner, Cameron Sepulveda.
Before we jump back into the Monster Jam action, let's take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard. Jumping back into freestyle, we have John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity sitting in first place. But El Toro Loco MJ Solorio sits in second with a total of 11 points. Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur with a total of 10 in third place. And Brandon Arthur and JCB Gigatron holding out fourth with Uproar in fifth. And then check this out, a two-way tie for sixth place between Ringling Bailey Circuit and Gravedigger. I'm sorry, that's a three-way tie for sixth place. Bailey Circuit, Gravedigger, and Kraken currently tied, all with 6 points. But with 8 more points on the line coming up in our freestyle competition, anything could happen.
We have reached the pinnacle of tonight's event. Make some noise for Monster Jam Freestyle! Make some noise for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Leaving it all out on the track. Gives you guys a crazy crash there at the end. It is now time to score at judgeszone.com. You can see our safety officials checking in with Nick, making sure he is good to go. He's just awaiting his score down there. Let us know what you think.
Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken, kicking off the freestyle competition with a little bit of mayhem here out on the track. I mean, sometimes we see it where a driver may not always end up on 4 BKT tires, but you guys bring him to the top. We know those fans love to see a little bit of destruction. So we've got your scores officially locked in, and this is the bar for the rest of the competition. So let's check it out. The score for Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is a solid score, an 8.140. That is the score to beat. Monster Jam fans, you're right here in the Gas South Arena. Kraken back on all 4 tires. But if you're having a blast here at Monster Jam and need a reason to come back to the Gas South Arena, we've got it right here for you. Disney on Ice presents Jump In, where the excitement of Monster Jam, we bring it back with Feld Entertainment as Feld Entertainment presents to you Disney on Ice Jump In right here, September 25th through the 28th. That's this month in Duluth Gas South Arena. You can get to experience Disney magic like never before with friends from Moana 2 and Inside Out 2. Don't miss the chance for this once-in-a-lifetime adventure. That's Disney on Ice presents Jump In.
Monster Jam fans, I have a special fan in the stands that I've just chosen because of his amazing Grave Digger crew shirt. Go ahead and tell Duluth, what's your name?
Skyler.
Skyler, we are so glad you're here. Now, I know just a minute ago you told me you were a little nervous, so I think we should show him some love. Duluth, get loud for Skyler. We are going to do a helmet shuffle, Skyler, so we're going to take it to the video board, and we're going to show you 3 helmets. We're going to mix them up, and you just tell us which one you think the trophy is under. You think you can do that?
I'll do my best.
All right, let's take it to the video board and check it out. Going to go ahead and mix up these helmets. Now, don't forget, fans, that you can help Skyler out. Almost there. All right, Monster Jam fans, if you think it's under number 1, let me hear you. What about number 2? How about number 3? What do you think, Skyler?
Well, paying attention to that, I would have to say number 1.
He says number 1. Let's see if he's right. It's not under number 3. It's not under number 2. Skyler, that means that you are correct. Congratulations that you just won the helmet shuffle, and that means that you are going to get to go to Disney on Ice and Jump In, presented right here at the Gas South Arena. You've got 4 tickets for Thursday, September 25th, 2825, of course, at 7:30 p.m. You guys, make sure you get those tickets fast. They are selling out. How excited is this?
Well, I've never been to anything like this, so hopefully I make it there. But if not, hopefully I'll give it to a friend.
I love to hear it. Good job today. Monster Jam fans, make some noise for Skyler.
Next to the track, let's hear it for Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Make some noise for Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit. And it is time to score right now at judgezone.com. This is your last competition to be able to be a part of history here at Monster Jam.
You know, I think Duluth wanted Chelsea Van Cleve to hear all the cheering. I mean, Chelsea got some major big air out of that track, and Duluth, I heard you go electric. So we're going to see if that translates right into that score. We've got that current score to beat held by Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. It's a score of an 8.140. The score for Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit is a solid score, a 7.590. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Next to the track, put your hands together for John Zimmer in Uproar.
A beautiful freestyle out of John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. And scoring is now open. Duluth, get those scores locked in. There's not a second to waste.
John Zimmer in Uproar absolutely had us on the edge of their seats. I know the fans as well had some big air, and then proves he's got complete control of that 1,500 horsepower out on the track. This is a man who knows how to deliver a freestyle run, and we've got your scores locked in right now, so let's check it out. That score to beat right now is currently held by Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. It's a score of an 8.140. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is a solid score, a 7.741. That does bump that. That score right now is actually good for second place, bumping Ringling Bailey Circuit to that third place spot. Now, as we move on in the freestyle action, we've got to give you an update on our St. Jude ambassador of the event. Now, for this, we are taking donations. For those of you who didn't get to hear, our partnership with St. Jude is teaming up. And check this out, because Duluth, as of now, it's Matt Cody in Gravedigger, who is our St. Jude ambassador of the event, thanks to one donation by one of our Monster Jam fans in this building. Now, even if just one more of you donated, maybe $2, $3, $4, maybe you're an El Toro Loco fan, that will mean that Gravedigger is no longer the St. Jude ambassador of the event. We've got to crown one before the end of tonight, but right now, that St. Jude ambassador is looking like Team Gravedigger to take the win. All proceeds go to St. Jude, but remember, you can make a difference and help crown our St. Jude ambassador of today's event. We're getting back to the freestyle action. Let's see those Toro horns in the air for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. He's headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Let's hear it for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Wow, you fans loved that, but make sure that you take that to judgeszone.com. He is eagerly awaiting that score.
MJ Solorio tearing up the track with a perfect backflip here in freestyle. A meaningful moment for this young man as he returns to the Gas South Arena here in Duluth, where he made his very first Monster Jam debut. Now he confidently hits the backflip ramp, looking to take home a freestyle win, and you can help him do it. We've got the scores locked in. Let's check it out. That current score to beat right now still held by Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken with a score of an 8.140. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is Duluth at 9.274. That score takes the lead. With MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco scoring that high score of a 9.274, he now secures his spot in first place for freestyle. That means Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken moves to second place. John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar into third, and Chelsea Van Cleve into Ringling Bailey Circuit. Next to hit the freestyle track, make some noise for Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron.
Get those scores in for Brandon Arthur, JCB at Digatron. You only have 20 seconds to get those scores locked in. You can see he had some hot breaks down there, but nonetheless gives you guys some exciting action on the track.
Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron potentially fighting against the truck there, but like the competitor he is, he's going to push that truck to the limit. He's filled the freestyle clock. That's a win in my book, Duluth, but it's up to you right now at judgeszone.com. Brandon Arthur definitely getting forward that high freestyle score. We've got the scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Brandon Arthur in JCB Digatron is... it's a 6.989. Right now, that's good enough for fifth place. Next up, he's your JCB Racing winner. Make some noise for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur.
Get loud for Mike Pagliarulo, Excalibur. And it's time to score now. Just about 15 seconds left to get those scores locked in. Don't forget to click submit.
Such a good flow there in that freestyle run. And I don't know if that is just good driver flow, experience, skill. I mean, Mike Pagliarulo's got it figured out. A really great flow in that freestyle run. We saw a couple renditions of donuts, multiple obstacles taken advantage of during that freestyle run. And of course, that clock filled. We got the scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Mike Pagliarulo in Excalibur is... It's a solid score in 6.833. Right now, that's good enough for 6th place. Next to the track, he's your two-wheel skills winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. And it's time to score now. Was that the best you have seen so far? Let us know at judgeszone.com. Make sure you take advantage of the opportunity of scoring your superstars.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, showing you two-wheel skills, pulling off the hardest move to do here in Monster Jam, the bicycle during that run, and ends, of course, with a little two-wheel. You can tell this is a strategically planned out run. John Zimmer Jr. wants that trophy, and he needs you to help him get there. You guys got your scores locked in for that freestyle run. and we're going to check it out here in just a second. That current score to beat is still held by MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. He's got a score of a 9.274. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is a solid score in 8.258. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Monster Jam fans, more exciting news. You just heard me talk about that St. Jude ambassador of the event, and I want to give a big thank you to whoever that fan was who made a second donation to Chelsea Van Cleve in a Ringling Bailey Circuit. Because of your donation, we get to crown Chelsea Van Cleve in Ringling Bailey Circuit as the official St. Jude ambassador of the event. And better than that, you've helped a family with St. Jude because of Monster Jam. We want to thank you, and as always, check out monsterjam.com/St. Jude. Sharpening the shovel for over 40 years. Make some noise for Matt Cody in Gravedigger. Make some noise for the black and green wrecking machine, Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Monster Jam fans, I think that's the biggest air we've seen all day. Matt Cody in that black and green wrecking machine. Duluth, let him know what you thought of that run. Tore the door right off of Gravedigger. He's prepared to tear that truck into pieces for you Monster Jam fans. And we've got your scores locked in. The current score to beat right now is held by his longtime rival, El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio, with a score of a 9.274. The score for Matt Cody in Gravedigger is a 9.220, a fantastic score, but just short. That means your winner of the freestyle competition is MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco adds 8 points to his overall score, but was it enough? Your overall event champion here today in this event earned 7 points in the JCB Racing competition, 8 points in the two-wheel skills challenge, 6 points in the freestyle competition, with a total of 21 overall event points, your BKT overall event champion is John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Duluth John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity takes the overall event champion win 2 times in a row. That's overall win at number 34 for this young driver so far here this year, 2025. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity takes that win home for Team Terminal. Let him hear ya. Down to the wire once again. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity proves he should have a target on his back for the rest of the competitors. A mean freestyle with this lineup of 8 superstars. It is tough competition out on that track, but he fought through it and fought to the end. We'll get to hear from the winner himself. Make some noise one more time. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity.
Congratulations. Just like that, you've got the trophy in your arms yet again for yet another overall event championship. You know, you started off so strong here today, but consistency has been key for you, not only this weekend, but throughout your entire career so far. What stands out to you the most between this event?
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency is key here, out here at Monster Jam. You can't just give it your all every single event. You got to make it till the end so you can come out here and do what you do out here on this track. So we got another win under my belt here this afternoon. This dirt has been amazing, but you fans have been amazing. I wouldn't be able to get these wins without you guys filling the seats, cheering us on out here, all of us drivers cheering us on. It means the world to us. Thank you guys. Another win for me. I love you. Thank you.
And of course, we can't get out of here without hearing from our freestyle winner. Make some noise for MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco. And just like that, that is now 17 freestyle wins for you on this season. That has got to feel good. It looks like you're surprised even yourself.
Yeah, you know, I do my best not to kind of keep count of those wins, but you broke the news there. 17's a big number. For only going into my 3rd year here at Monster Jam, that's quite a feat, really. 17 freestyle wins with only my 3rd year here. It's awesome. But you know what? None of that would have been possible without you guys in the stands. You guys could have been anywhere else today on a Sunday afternoon, but y'all chose to come out here and spend your day here with us at Monster Jam. So for that, I'm forever grateful. I told you guys during pit party earlier and during trackside that I was looking at that backflip ramp, and I delivered on that, baby. That was probably one of the most textbook backflips I've had off that ramp. Twisted a little bit, we finished it off with a sweet donut. But hey, what'd y'all think? Y'all have fun?
Congratulations on your freestyle win, and congratulations to our overall event champion. You've got MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco, and John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity.
A big congratulations to our overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, taking home another overall event win. Congratulations to all of our winners. And of course, we want to thank all of you for coming out to our Monster Jam event right here in the Gas South Arena. Whether you tuned in on live to our live stream or joined us right here in the madness, we couldn't do it without you. We want to encourage you on your way out. Stop at our Monster Jam merchandise stands. Take that piece of Monster Jam home with you and check out the latest Spin Master diecast trucks. As always, you can stay up to date with all the latest news at monsterjam.com. On behalf of my entire team, my co-host Lindsay Noble, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.